Vivek Ramaswamy gets it. He's doing all of these podcasts. He's targeting the key demographic, and I think he is planning for the future. I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy is planning to be president. I got to be completely honest, at least right now, because you can't beat Donald Trump. And so his course of action has been very much so to speak to the millennial generation, of which he is a millennial, and talk about ideas that he cares about. And he's winning massive favor by doing podcasts and social media videos. But for this, well, he's not doing as well with the older generation, it would seem. Now, Nikki Haley is an inversion of this, seemingly trying to jump on to the Elon Musk bandwagon. She came out with the stupidest, most crackpot policy that anyone could think of. And that is, Nikki Haley thinks there should be no anonymous accounts at all. Anybody who wants to use the internet should be verified with their ID and all that. Now, aside from the fact that many have pointed out it's unconstitutional to require something of such, it would be technologically impossible. It's just an all-around bad policy that doesn't play well with the key demo. So good luck, Nikki Haley. Elon Musk is roasting her, saying she can stop pretending to run for president now. But let me break it down for you. Should we have verified users? Yes. Should we get rid of bots? You betcha. But Elon Musk's plan is to create a system where you get to verify your account, not that you have to verify your account. You see how this works? That means if you want to be anonymous and you want to build up a presence and a following, you still can. There are risks with bots and everything like that, but people have to choose to engage with that section of X or any other platform. The idea that you're going to mandate people do this. Now, here's what I said. I posted online a long time ago that your experience on Twitter will be infinitely better if you only interact with people who use their real name in a photo. And I got this big backlash around saying, like, Tim hates anonymous accounts. I never said you're not allowed to be anonymous. They were like, Tim, the Silence Dogood letters and Thomas Paine and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I never said don't be anonymous. I'm saying, yo, when you start sifting around in the swamp of all these cartoon animals that are communists or whatever, it's just a waste of your time. Okay. I prefer to engage with verified accounts. But guess what? Here's the best part. These people who are verified on social media, they can still use whatever name or picture they want. It's the verification is just to make sure they're not a bot. And then people say, yes, but that means Elon Musk will know who you are. Well, the government already knows who you are. They're tracking your IP. They're spying on you already, and they should not be. And that's a problem. So the idea that you have to verify yourself by ID is stupid, redundant, and all it serves to do is insult people, I guess. Well, here's the story from the Post Millennial. And then we've got a bunch of hilarious posts about where we're currently at with the very stupid Nikki Haley. Presidential hopeful Nikki Haley was taken to task by Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk on X on Monday after she made the announcement that on the first day of her presidency, she would require all social media users to be verified by their name in order to protect national security. Nice try, lady. This is disgusting, Ramaswamy said. He has stated repeatedly that he's a free speech absolutist. Man, I'm not even. You know, I respect Vivek. I don't think he's just pandering. I really don't. A lot of people are claiming that, oh, he's a grifter or whatever, and I just don't see it. I mentioned this before about the groups in Florida that Ron DeSantis banned, the student groups, because they didn't claim to just support Hamas. They claimed to be part of that resistance movement, they refer to it. But we know what they mean. And I actually spoke to Vivek about it, briefly over text. And he was like, hey, check this out. And I was like, yeah, but Ron is saying that these groups are like actively supporting the actually Hamas. It's not just speech. And Vivek was like, nah, dude, look. And he pushed back and said, these are students. They may be saying stupid things. The idea you're going to ban these groups is meaningless. And then I said, fair point. If it really was rising to the level of material support, you would criminally charge them. You wouldn't just be like, reform your group and change your words. That's meaningless. So fair point. So I respect Vivek for being like, no, I actually believe this. Okay. And I don't think he's just trying to earn favor or anything like that. He says, this is disgusting. Here's the clip for you, everybody. I want to play the clip of Nikki Haley saying what everyone finds to be shocking and stupid. Is it going to play here? Okay, we got to load the actual. We have to load it on X. We're going to play it on X.
When I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts, social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing.
Okay, that's a really good idea. I agree. These big tech companies have these massive information silos, and they are propping up certain ideas. This should not be allowed. Section 230, all of this argument we've been having for a decade. These platforms should not be allowed to decide what ideas get pushed to the forefront. if they're also going to claim they have no legal liability for defamation. So I just don't accept it. The argument being that they have the free speech right to put whatever they want on the front page. Nah, look, if you want to make the argument that you're not responsible for what people on your platform say, you also should not be allowed to choose what gets promoted. That's just the way it is.
The second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots, the Iranian bots, and the Chinese bots. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say.
Accountability.
And they know their pastor and their family members going to see it.
Okay, so, I just would like to point out that Nikki Haley must have read some blog from like 10 years ago when we entertained what the internet would be like without anonymous accounts. And the conclusion ultimately is you need both systems. That is to say, what Elon Musk is doing. She is so daft and ignorant to how the internet functions, she doesn't get it. She thought she was probably saying something that would be popular with a lot of people online, but she's speaking to a crowd that doesn't even use the internet. Now, to be fair, the internet is a horrible place, and it always has been. And it doesn't need to be this way. But there's a phrase and a meme that we like to say, welcome to the internet. When I love this, like, David Hogg retweeted me. I tweeted, raise the voting age to 30 as a not. Don't take my tweet seriously, dude. And he was like, when your policies are so bad, you got to change who can vote. And then a lot of people pointed out that he actually tried. He tweeted, retweet if you want to lower the voting age to 16. So the dude just clearly doesn't get it. But my response was he also ignored my tweet where I said, raise the voting age to 42, ban voting, and babies should vote, which I've tweeted all of those as well. It's really funny when I meet someone who's like, I follow you on Twitter. And I'm like, why? Like, I guess maybe if you get what I'm doing, I care so little about the platform, to be completely honest. Apparently, I'm getting paid for what I do on the platform. So, okay, sure, fine, whatever. But yeah, I don't care all that much. Anyway, my response, David Hogg, was, welcome to the internet. And he's getting roasted over it. But Nikki Haley is not an internet person, so she doesn't really understand these ideas. She sees Elon Musk's popularity. She sees what Vivek Ramaswamy is doing by reaching out through podcasts and on social media, and to tremendous success. Like I said, Vivek is planning for the future. I don't think he's as concerned about winning today as he is with when in the next, 4, 8, or 12 years, he is going to be a bigger representative of the largest voting blocks. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. But more importantly, I think he genuinely understands and believes a lot of what he's saying. I think Vivek was set on this path because the woke people attacked him and tried to destroy his company, and it pissed him off. So you've woken up the beast. Nikki Haley doesn't seem to know at all what she's talking about. Elon Musk said, super messed up. She can stop pretending to run for president now. When I get in office, the first thing I'm going to do, yeah, we get it. Accountability, chimed in news anchor. And then they know their pastor and their family members are going to see it. It's going to help our kids and it's going to help our country. Anonymous speech is both a foundational part of American free speech rights and has been roundly protected by the Supreme Court. So here's what I think. She thought she was saying something popular. She was not. It is not popular. She doesn't quite understand it. Every person should be verified by name. But of course, you're going to see everybody start coming after her. All right, here we go. We got Shoe on Head with Tweet of the Week. She said, Nikki Haley saw one mean tweet from Hitler Bussy 420 and is now on a crusade against internet anonymity. And then let me see. Do we have what is this one? That's another Shoe on Head tweet. JD Vance responded, post of the week right here, to which Shoe on Head says, the term bussy has officially reached congressional lexicon. I love the internet. It is oh so much fun. And then we have, where's that other tweet I just had pulled out? Shoe on Head tweets WTF, and it's a fake tweet from Nikki Haley saying, oh, you're posting on an alt? Why don't you use your real photo and name so I can call your employer and get you fired for disagreeing with my retarded worldviews? To which there is a community note on X that says, this is fake. It's a meme making fun of Nikki Haley asking for social media platforms to verify all people and show their legal name. I just love the internet. So in response to Shoe on Head, we have this from Nathaniel. Says, hi, June. I have my ideas why anonymous accounts might be equitable with free speech. I'm really on the fence with this one. What do you feel we would lose as a community on X if something like this were to be implemented? To which Sue responded, we'd lose real and funny conversations and posts. People would be less honest. feel they're under HR supervision if connected with their name and face. Anyone who didn't have the approved opinion would be screwed, which is why Nikki supports it. Nobody who supports her is out of line with the establishment. Agreed. And therein lies the big issue. The big issue is that Nikki Haley is absolutely awful, doesn't know how to reach people, and genuinely thinks this play is, for one, it's an establishment play. That way, all of the big tech companies who have been desperately trying to control opinions and all of these massive multinational corporations and media companies it can be so much easier to shut down anyone who dare oppose them. Why? It was I, as well as many others, who were targeted by the government, the Election Integrity Partnership, to be silenced for us questioning. Actually, I shouldn't even say questioning. I was totally on board with Trump having lost the election. But I was talking about the Supreme Court cases and the lawsuits and how the judges need to hear the merits. And so we can see. That's my position. I said, maybe we should see what the judges have to say about this. And they said, super spreader of fake information. The dirty game they played, targeted by the government. Where's the class action lawsuit, boys? Let's get on it. This is the dirty game they play. Nikki Haley wants to shut us out. Well, she will not be able to. But I certainly think she's pandering to big business and big bucks who want to create a homogenous narrative they can easily control. But I love this one. This is the narrative game they play. Nikki Haley decided the path to winning the GOP nomination will be feminist self-victimization. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for her. In this tweet, we have Trisha McLaughlin saying, nothing says girl power like you can't criticize me because I'm a woman. Oh, grow up. Here we go. You ready for this one? I love it.
What happens? He comes out of the gate. He hits the female chair of the party. He hits the female anchor on the platform. And then he hits me. And I'm not saying anything.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
But he might have a girl problem. I'm just saying he might have a girl.
Cringiest thing I have ever seen. What, the Ruthless podcast? Don't we know those guys? Who does the Ruthless podcast? Are you seriously going to sit here and just let Nikki Haley say something so stupid? I'm going to look up Ruthless. Is that, I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to get it wrong and insult somebody. But let's see, Ruthless podcast. Who runs this one? I got no beef with the Ruthless podcast, to be completely honest. I'm just saying, like, yo, you guys should be roasting them. Smug, Holmes, Duncan, Ashbrook bring the next generation of conservative talk to next level with Ruthless. There is no shelter for anyone, et cetera, et cetera. You know, look, man, I don't know the full context, and I want to give people the benefit of the doubt because you see these clips online. I said the same thing for Hassan. You see these clips online, and you don't know exactly what it's all about. To be completely honest, I really don't care all that much to talk about Nikki Haley. I'm more interested in what the establishment is up to, and here we go. I love this story from Axios. Scoop! Nikki Haley and Jamie Dimon hold private conversations on the economy. The devil endorses a demon is the, I'm stealing that joke from somebody. I can't remember who said it. It was someone here at Timcast. Something like that. A devil endorses a demon. Okay. Look, man. I don't see people like Nikki Haley, Hillary Clinton-esque types, succeeding in the long term. I see Vivek's path to success, and I'll tell you why. Look, Timcast isn't like, we're consistently the biggest live show, Timcast IRL, on YouTube every night, which is kind of crazy. I say consistently because, you know, periodically shows pop up that get more viewers than us, but we typically get the largest live audience. It's a lot smaller than where people used to be. Tucker Carlson got substantially more, but in the key demo, I got to be honest, and with all due respect, it's comparable. Seriously was. Tucker Carlson got a larger portion of the older crowd. In the key demo, it was between like 300,000 and 500,000 per night, which is comparable to about what we get, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But what this means is Tucker's 10 times, older people count. Okay, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying moving forward, it's going to be the likes of Tucker, Timcast IRL, and others targeting millennials and younger. And I know there are older people who watch these videos as well. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying Vivek Ramaswamy understands that the opinions held by these large podcasts, the future of where political discourse is going, and popular opinion and ideas are being represented here. Patrick Bet-David, for instance, has infinitely more influence than many of these New York Times writers and their garbage podcasts, but they do have influence. Nikki Haley is going that route. Vivek Ramaswamy is going the other route. I say in 10 years, we win the culture war, and Vivek is going to be one of the biggest personalities on the right side of these issues. I should say on the conservative leaning side. It will be interesting to see how the left and right shifts, especially with Israel-Palestine, everything we're seeing with Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein, and many of these prominent personalities, celebrities, professors, etc. It'll be interesting to see how the Democrats evolve from here. And if the Democratic Party becomes further left and more I don't know what you'd call it, but more woke, and to see if the right actually becomes fairly moderate and anti-woke, or more woke versus anti-woke. You get my point. Axios says, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon has been talking privately with GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley about the global economy and believes she has the potential to bring the country together, a top banking source tells Axios. Oh, here we go. Haley's strong performance in debates has led many establishment figures to speculate that if only she could get past President Trump for the nomination, she'd give Biden a run for his money. Oh, no. Dude, Donald Trump, he's never going to get corporate mainstream support. But Vivek, all you got to do, man, is promise to blow up some brown kids in a foreign country, and then they're going to start just dumping money on you. You know the game, baby. Dimon admires Haley's grasp of the economy and her recognition of the role that business and government can play in driving growth by working together, the source said. Yeah, I'll tell you how I see it. Jamie Dimon thinks he can pay off Nikki Haley, and she will do whatever she has to for the machine if it means she gets to put her name on a list of presidents. I despise politicians. Sorry. Trump's all right. I like Trump for a lot of reasons. Matt Gaetz is pretty good. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene. We got criticisms of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thomas Massie, the same thing. We got criticisms of him. Ron Paul's a legend. Rand Paul's pretty base. There's a lot of good politicians, but typically, if you come to me and say, do I like politicians? The answer is overwhelmingly and not absolutely no. Anybody who wants to be in these positions, dude. Here's what I say. Go to timcast.com, click join us, become a member if you want to support our work. If you think our cultural efforts are meaningful and you want to see them win, then go to timcast.com, join us, become a member, and help us win a culture war. This is my method. This is the world that I see. Trying to convince people to give you a vote and to win this popular position, I despise it. Fundraising off big corporations and I hate all of it. You know what I say? I say, my friends, I have but for you a product that I sell. And this product is my words, my ramblings, my whinging on the internet, and the talk show we do every night, as well as the Culture War podcast. For this, I ask you, would you like to see more and support our efforts in the things that we think should exist? Then buy the product. There's two things we sell here at Timcast. And there's a lot. I mean, literally, we have merch, we have coffee, all that stuff. But it really comes down to two things. The ideological mission and the actual products you can buy. There are many people who are members at timcast.com that don't actually watch most of the uncensored stuff, but they believe that what we're doing is a mass benefit. And so for $10 a month, they decide they're going to support our work and our efforts. I'll tell you what that means. This is the future for whatever reason. We're almost like we're a mission-driven media company, as it were. The mission, winning the culture war, restoring traditional American values, individual liberties, meritocracy, reverence for the founding fathers, things of this nature. This is why many people are like, I'm going to sign up to become a member at timcast.com. And I totally get it. I could take that same energy and maybe run for office, but I despise that. I despise politicians. I despise these positions. I don't think the path towards fixing our problems is to sign paperwork and work in a broken machine. It is to win the culture war. We have many efforts here. We launched a documentary called Infringed. It's out now. You can watch it on timcast.com if you're a member. What are we going to do with that money we get from your membership? We are going to make more of these things. We're going to buy more ads promoting it. We are going to prop up personalities. We put Luke Rudkowski. We put Michael Malice on Times Square billboards. That's what it's all about. The voices that challenge the machine and speak for humor and meritocracy will succeed. Cast Brew Coffee. When you buy Cast Brew Coffee, what are we doing? We're building a coffee shop. It's in the works. The equipment has arrived. Renovations are underway. Hopefully, things start moving faster and faster as we get closer to getting, permits and everything are getting done. And we want to build the anti-Times Square in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And I'm hoping that within a few years, we are just taking the culture back, restoring the values that we care about, Saturday morning cartoons, community, family gatherings. That's how you win. My point in all this. Many of these people think, I'm going to go and I'm going to campaign and win your support, win office, and then use the position of office to change our culture. And that does work. To change the rules and say certain things should or shouldn't be illegal. And it can work. But really, I'm going to go for the root because Breitbart was right. Politics is downstream from culture. So my mission, not to lord over anyone. It's not to pass a bill or be the boss. It's not to be in Congress and file subpoenas or anything like that. It's quite literally to say, look, man, I'm going to market my ideas. I'm going to convince as many people as possible to support the work we're doing here. And then it doesn't matter what you think. Why? When we go to an area that's being dominated by woke psychopaths, I don't need to ask the police to do anything. I don't need to petition the mayor for a new law. I'll just buy the land. So if there's a woke crowd that's saying something like, we're the ones who control this space, our ideas are dominant, I'll just say, okay, well, you can do whatever you want. But if the people are supporting me and our business is expanding and our mission is growing, we will buy. What does that mean? The money we have is more important and more powerful than whatever it is those people in that area might think of. This is what I believe. I believe the majority of people who are marching in lockstep with wokeness don't actually care, but the money's there. I've long said it. What are we doing in skateboarding? Well, you might not care about skateboarding, but I do. It's a big industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry with a lot of kids who are engaged in skateboarding, and there's skate parks all over the place. I grew up skateboarding. I still skate, and I'm going to go skate in a few minutes. And I see these pro skateboarders who are refusing to speak up about these issues. And I say, you got to speak up. They say, I can't, I'll lose my job. I say, okay, then I'm going to give you a job. I am going to sponsor you. And then you can tell all these woke companies to shove off because our company is going to do better. That's what we're doing. And that's what you're empowering as a member at timcast.com. My point is simply this. I certainly seek to have influence to a great degree in this country, in this world. I hope to expand the influence of many others, including people like Luke Rudkowski, Seamus Coughlin, Michael Malice, and anybody who comes on Timcast IRL to varying degrees. Some people we argue with. My point is simply this. We will have a bigger impact by empowering people with good ideas than we would if any of us ran for office. So let these people try and run for office, fine. But Nikki Haley can't get elected if we build a coalition of people who refuse to vote for her because her ideas are bad. If we convince enough people, if we make war unthinkable, then no one will ever get elected who ever dares to impose these ridiculous plans on this country. By all means, you can go out and you can say whatever you want and try and get elected, but it won't happen if we are the ones who are setting the trends. And that is the point. Good luck, Nikki. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.